Well, I've already done one of these about January and February, so I guess I'm talking about March. March began on March the 1st. That's also St. David's Day. When I was a young lad growing up, I secretly wished I was Welsh, because they have a cool red dragon on their flag, and castles that look like this. However, I'm not Welsh, so I didn't do anything to celebrate St. David's Day. March had everyone fondly reminiscing. See, it's the 1-year anniversary of the great bog roll shortage of 2020, plus lockdown in general. Did I say fondly reminiscing? Sorry, I meant everyone is dead miserable and full of worry. Chancellor Rishi Sunak delivered the 2021 budget statement. Usually this kind of thing is a bit boring, but this was going to be interesting, what with all of the hard work that the NHS workers have put in over the last year. Combating a pandemic, putting their lives on the line, some of them even lost their lives. Remember for a few weeks when everyone in the country was encouraged to stand outside and applaud the efforts of those workers every Thursday night, and how the Prime Minister and the Chancellor would proudly join in to show their appreciation for those efforts. Well, those NHS workers must be in for a massive pay rise this year. I don't actually know what kind of raise they got in the end. I'll just check. This is exciting, can we get a drum roll? Prince Phillip was taken into hospital with poor health. Currently, Prince Phillip is 99 years old. Do people still get a letter from the Queen when they turn 100? I hope he makes it that far. That'll be a nice thing for him to get.
They said that doctors at the time were acting with an abundance of caution, as you would anticipate they would. He is, after all, 99 years old, due to turn 100 in June.
Do you know what? I'm not sure how I feel about this kind of news stirring deep sympathy for the royals. If only there was some other news to come out to distract me from it. Oh, look!
Without question, I'm sad that what's happened has happened.
It's the televised discussion about the hardships of life, the one that took place between one of the wealthiest women in the world and literal royalty. Sorry, that sounds a bit cynical. It actually turns out that intolerance and bigotry are quite abundant in the royal family. Meghan actually said in the interview that before their baby was born, someone in the royal family actually expressed concerns over what the baby might look like. You know, heritage-wise, given the baby's parentage. If you know what I'm getting at. I'm being cryptic because I don't want to have to say it. Tony, when you edit this, show them the clip of the Prince Harry interview that revealed the bigotry in the royal family. Did you just ever dig at his baldness?
His what, sorry? Baldness. His baldness, no. I was with you on that one.
It's pretty rich coming from a ginger, so I'm quite happy to tell them on this one.
Speaking of discrimination toward ginger hair, St. Patrick's Day is an American holiday for American people in America, where everybody pretends to have Irish ancestors. Eventually it caught on in other parts of the world, where it turns out that the benefits of pretending to have Irish ancestry on St. Patrick's Day is that you get to spend all night in the pub on a weeknight, and nobody is allowed to tell you off for being hungover the next day. I've noticed that there's usually much less fuss made over St. David's Day, which is only a couple of weeks earlier. I think the discussion that takes place when making that decision goes something a bit like this. Shall we celebrate St. David's Day this year? We can do all of the things that Welsh people like doing. I don't know. What do Welsh people like doing? All Welsh people. Yes, what does every Welsh person like doing? Every Welsh person likes mining and singing. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's my thing. Is there anything else coming up? Actually, St. Patrick's Day is a couple of weeks after St. David's Day, and St. Patrick was the patron saint of Ireland. Okay, and what do they like to do in Ireland? Everyone. Yes, what do 100% of Irish people like doing? Well, they like being drunk before 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh, okay, let's celebrate St. Patrick's Day then. A load of anti-lockdown protests took place. Here in the UK we've been under strict lockdown since the start of the year, and we're now a quarter of the way through the year, so I can see why people are fed up. I feel like I should show my response again to the initial announcement in the new year that lockdown might last up until as late as the start of March.
Every part of the United Kingdom is now in lockdown, with people being urged to stay at home as the
Yeah, another lockdown. Well, we've spent loads of time in lockdown already, so this one's probably not going to last that long.
Of the COVID crisis, that the lockdown measures are widely expected to remain in force probably until March. Now, today's figures tell their own story. The number of new cases...
Anyway, I'm not sure how helpful these kinds of protests are, with the obvious ignoring of the usual social distancing, and many of them not wearing masks. But they've made it very clear that they'd rather avoid lockdown like the plague. Do people still avoid plagues? There was this massive ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal. I'm not sure how it got stuck sideways like that, but if I were to take a guess, I'd say that the boat's driver had a nagging feeling that he or she had not set the burglar alarm at home properly before going out, so decided to do a U-turn to double check. Reportedly, the Suez Canal is responsible for about 12% of global trade and £7 billion of trade per day. Only while it was blocked, there was a massive traffic jam of other ships that couldn't pass through, so it was an expensive blunder. In the end, it took 6 days to get the ship moving again. I don't know if they ever did check on that burglar alarm though. The UK ended March with a massive heatwave. Apparently, it was the hottest UK day in March in 53 years. That means just about everyone, by the look of it, was outdoors to make the most of it. Here, people have gathered at Primrose Hill in London to enjoy a bit of sunshine, and some casual littering. A few more people here, some more people there. Hang on, what does that say? Since 29th March, 6 people are allowed to meet outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7! There are 7 people! 7 people here! Oh, hang on. No, that's a dog. It's fine, it's fine. 6 people and a dog. There's only 6 of them. It's just 6 people and a dog. If this all looks somewhat chaotic, then I have to state that in this part of the world, whenever we get the slightest bit of sunshine, it's compulsory to flock to a patch of green, or the beach. And about that casual littering I just mentioned a minute ago, that's not a small thing after a sunny day. Usually, the aftermath of a sunny day looks something like this. Not everyone that goes outdoors to enjoy the sun is littering though. Some of them do take their rubbish to the bins that these public places provide. They're big bins, you can fit loads of rubbish in them. Look, here's a picture of one, and here's another one. And if the bins are too full for you to put your rubbish in them, sometimes there's a notice on them telling you to carry it with you. Like this one here. Maybe you're asking if it's really necessary to go out to a public park or beach with a messy picnic every time the sun comes out. And to that I can answer, yes. Because if you don't, then you'll have crippling anxiety about wasting what might be the last sunshine we're going to have for a few months. I'm aware that sounds dramatic, but we did actually have snow forecasts for just a few days after this. Time for some sport. The Rugby Six Nations took place. Only I didn't watch any of it. So that was March. Remember to like, subscribe, comment and all of that.